The next question I want to ask you is regarding the erogenous zones. I have, read a lot about it. I want to get some clarity on this from you to understand what are some of the erogenous zones on a woman's body, and how is it different from that of a man when it comes to pleasure and achieving orgasm?
So in terms of differences, we have almost no research on, or I don't think any research on erogenous zones in men versus women. And even within women or within men, there's going to be so much variability. For example, nipples. For some women, nipples are very erogenous.
Okay.
And for other women, it's uncomfortable or even has no sensation. And so while it might be the number one erogenous zone for one person, it might not be for another person.
Okay.
And so I think it's really tricky to pin down what is an erogenous zone for all women.
Okay, but
because
if you can identify a few areas or spots which is relatively more sensitive, because I think for men it's mostly dead zone everywhere, right? Other than the penis.
Yes. And it's interesting. There's a recent study by Petra Zebrov, she looked at what body parts were being touched in porn. Okay. And she looked at the top 100 videos on a few different porn sites. And she mainly set out to look at how often was the clitoris being stimulated. But what she realized is so much of the contact on men is just focused on the penis. But again, men have erogenous zones all over their body as well, okay. But which are being neglected. But I would say for women, areas that people find sensitive are things like earlobes or neck. So kind of kissing or touching in that region, often breasts, nipples, and near the vaginal area. So inner thighs, kind of below the belly button, those kinds of areas where you're not touching the genitals, but you're close, particularly as you're leading up to any genital touch, that can feel very stimulating and exciting.